So I already see that there are 25 people joining, so that's great. So let me just share my screen. So at the beginning, while we are waiting for other people to join, because it's exactly 11:02, I prepared for you a small exercise. So don't worry that it has this weird structure currently, because I want to actually see you. And this small exercise is about networking, because you are all here for some purpose. You are all here because you are development professionals or cooperation professionals, etc. And we want to see you, who you are and what you are working on. So how does this networking works? So you will just unmute yourself and introduce yourself. So first you will tell us your name. So in my case, I'm Marisa Metsnikova, and your position or what you are working on, what is your project. And in this case, I am the business project manager of Capacity4dev. And then you can share with us, for example, what are your expectations from this webinar or where you are even based. So I am here to provide effective support to our users, which means to you. And I am based in Belgium, but I'm from the Czech Republic originally. So who would like to introduce itself first to our community of development professionals? I see Luca just open his camera, so maybe I will give the floor to you directly.
Thank you very much, Marie. My name is Luca Petrarulo. I am the monitoring evaluation expert of the Euroclima program. I'm based in Milan, Italy, and today I'm eager to understand how to use the Cap4dev and to link it with our monitoring evaluation system. Thank you.
Wonderful. You are at the right place, because we will exactly be speaking about this. What is Capacity4dev? What are the features? What are the functions? And even to how we can effectively, actually make your work more efficient with collaboration with the different stakeholders and the parties, such as EU officials and others. Who else would like to introduce themselves? I see Moras, Eliza. Sorry, maybe
Hi, Marie,
I will
don't worry.
leave this to Hi.
Yeah, hi, this is Estivali. I'm also colleague of Luca, and Kike Enrique is also here. The three of us, we work in Euroclima. So yes, we are. Euroclima is a climate change program working with Latin America and the Caribbean, and also we are looking forward to be more active users of Cap4dev, not only through the program, but also through our extensive partnership. So thank you so much, Marie.
Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you for introducing yourself to us. And it's really nice that you are here with the colleagues, because actually for example, when you are when you choose to, for example, have your own group on Capacity4dev, you usually need more than one person to do the management of the group. So it's really great that you are here together, because you can learn together, and then you can find more ways how to actually make your way to Capacity4dev. So thank you for your introduction. Who else is here? I see Enrique.
One, I am colleague of Luca and Esti in Euroclima program. I am the community engagement expert, and as a program, we would like to create a project page of Euroclima in Capacity4dev. Many thanks.
Nice. So we actually have some potential space manager here. So we can also dive deeper into how to request your own space on Capacity4dev, because this is how you can collaborate with your community. As you said that you are focused on the community engagement. So we will be also covering the tips and tricks on how to do the community engagement with your own network and your own community. So thank you so much for sharing. And who else? You can just raise your hand and just unmute yourself. I don't need to call you. It will be much faster. So I see Carolina raised her hand.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm so sorry, but I cannot fix my camera, so I cannot show myself. I have an issue with the two computers. So my name is Carolina Pirri, and I'm the program officer of the Sustainable Wildlife Management Program. It's a program funded by the European Commission. I'm based in Rome and I work for FAO. So I really look forward to understand a bit better how this platform works, especially for the financial budget and project cycle matters, because this is I'm more involved in the operations part of the project. So concerning the implementation, yeah. So I really look forward to see. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Carolina. And when you're EU-funded project, we actually have exactly a feature for you, which is a project on Capacity4dev. So you can actually create your own project for the bigger awareness, for the bigger visibility. It's a substitution of external website. I don't know if you were thinking about having external website, but sometimes the external websites really need some kind of web building skills. You need to dedicate a lots of resources, but we will be speaking about how you can do it free and lasting without actually any kind of web building skills. So
Okay,
let's take a
great.
look.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Who else is here who would like to introduce themselves to our community? I see raised hand. Abu Sharon.
Yeah, I'm Agnès Boucheron. Hello, everybody. I'm Agnès Boucheron. I'm based in Brussels. I'm French. I'm based in Brussels, but in a few months' time, I will be happily based in Brussels and Rabat in Morocco. I'm an expert in evaluation and monitoring of project. I've been working quite a lot with the EU research DG and agencies, but I'm specialized in the sustainable development, bioeconomy, circular economy, and ethics. I'm very happy to participate to this webinar, which I think it's very important to me because I would like to know a bit more about Capacity4dev, and of course networking is a part of it. It's very important. So thank you very much for this meeting. I'm looking forward to get more information and get into it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Enchante Abu Sharon. We will be also covering how you can search by the topics on Capacity4dev. So definitely you will find also topics such as circular economy. And I really like your journey that actually you are based in France and you are going to Belgium. And why I'm speaking about it is that
I'm based in Brussels. I'm based in Brussels.
Okay, so
and I will be from September half in Brussels and half in Morocco.
Okay. So then it's like this. So now I understand. But why actually it got my ear is because we have a new community manager of Capacity4dev. So we have currently onboarded him this week, and he will be your first point of contact when it comes to the users. So he will be helping you with, for example, guiding when you will need some kind of support, like with your space, etc. So I would like to use this opportunity by bridging the Belgium and France in your introduction to introduce actually him. So Ivan, please, can you introduce yourself to our community?
Okay. Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ivan, the new community manager. Thank you for introducing me, Marie. I'm starting this week, so getting acquainted with all the platform, but hopefully soon enough I'll be able to help you with community engagement. So not only to create and manage your space, but how you can improve it to engage more people. We're gonna come with some news in the next few weeks, and we are happy to present it to you as soon as possible. Thank you.
All right, we are together in office with Ivan, but also Maria. So it's why we are a bit doing with the microphones, and you can hear a bit of echo when we are actually working when we are actually working on the different introductions. So then I would also like to use this opportunity to introduce Maria, who is our user support, with whom you might be.
Hello. I'm Maria, as Mari already presented. I'm the user support manager. I'm working closely with Ivan and with Mari. And anytime I will share now in the chat as well some useful links that might be of use. for improving your experiences on Capacity4dev. And it's great to be here and to get to know you all.
Wonderful. So actually, Maria and Ivan, they are your first point of contact when it comes to the establishment of the groups, etc. So you can always reach them out in our email address support@capacity4dev.eu, but I will be mentioning it many times throughout this onboarding. And now let's get back to you. So I see Sophia has raised hand and open camera.
Hi, yeah, so my name is Sophia. I'm the communication manager at Sport Innovation Hub based in Spain, and I'm also the communication manager of many EU Erasmus Plus Sports funded projects. And yeah, I want to learn how I can make the most out of these projects because sports is a very peculiar community. And so I'm interested in learning how to make these projects have a greater reach.
Nice. Thank you very much for introducing yourself, and definitely we will look into it during this webinar. So thank you for introducing yourself. And the next one is Mohammed. Or maybe, yes, you are muted.
Classic. All right. Yes, my name is Mohammed. I'm a Judicial Affairs Officer at the Department of Peace Operations at the United Nations. And I'm particularly interested in the programming for the justice sector reform. I've seen lots of interesting documentation on results and indicators on this issue. So I'd really like to know more about how the capacity for development can help me cruise through all the immense amount of documentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for sharing, Mohammed. And the next one is Vesal.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vissal. I'm from Morocco and I'm from Rabat. So, Agnes, you're welcome to Rabat if you would like someone to show you around in September. I'm an international relations and development specialist, and I'm also an EU connector, which is a network created by EU Neighbor South, part of the EU neighborhood and enlargement policy. And this is how I actually got to know about Capacity4dev because it was introduced to us during the we are in Brussels events that we had with EU universities, and we were in Brussels just today for Europe Day, and it was an opportunity for network and an engagement with the European Commission community. And yeah, so in general, I would like to know more about how I can be more active with Capacity for Dev and get to know more about the platform.
All right, thank you very much, Vissal. I just have next to me our content creator, Claudia, and apparently you are coming from the presentation that she was giving to EU neighbors. So it's great to see you here. So thank you for coming. And the last one, because the time is ticking, is Patrick to introduce himself to our community.
Hi, everybody. I'm Patrick McKerney. I'm an assistant professor in anthropology at the University of Amsterdam. I do research with people with intellectual disabilities, largely in India, but also I'm interested in other parts of the global south too. I'm not a development professional myself, but I'm increasingly trying to use my research to work with development professionals to improve the situation for people with intellectual disabilities. And so I'm here to try and understand more about whether and how I might use this platform for networking or for working together on projects with development professionals as well.
That's really impressive, Patrick. Thank you so much for sharing. And definitely, I think that you are in the right place because we have really diversity of the different members and the ways how you can network and collaborate. I will now switch into the presentation mode, and in the meantime, we can share some of the polls that we have prepared for the introduction. Or maybe we have something. Or maybe I hear myself two times. I don't know why. Yes. Yes, we have some technical issues. So then we will just continue straight to the presentation. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to our onboarding webinar. So, this I'm just saying for the people who join who were not here, for example, during the networking, because the networking is not only to know you more, but also to give some kind of time to people who needs a bit before we will jump ahead into the content. But definitely, this is all about you. And first, let me tell you more about our team. You already know Maria. We will add Ivan. So he's not yet on our graph because he really freshly joined like 3 days ago. However, we have here Claudia, who is our content curator, and then we have Dimitri, who is communication expert focused on outreach. And also we have Ariela De Genero, who is the point of contact from the DG International Partnership. So what we will be covering today. First, I will be telling you about what is Capacity4dev for those who doesn't really know or who use, if you see for the first time Capacity4dev as such. Then who can use the platform, what features are available for you, how can we benefit from being a user? So why should I actually be on Capacity4dev alongside with the other social media platforms? Like I feel maybe also being a bit empathic that nowadays we are quite overwhelmed with different networking platforms. So what is actually added value of Capacity4dev? Then we will be covering how to log in, register, and we will do it through the virtual tour. Because I believe that the learning is by doing and not only by theory. And I will also show you practical cases, how to use the platform as such. At the end, we will have question and answers. So we will be finishing at noon. However, we can stay slightly more if you will have some more questions, but we will have around 5 to 10 minutes to answer all of your questions in the real time. However, alongside I'm speaking, if something pops in your mind, you can use the chat. You can ask anything inside the chat because Maria is there and she will support you with anything what you might be encountering as an issue. We are recording this webinar, so just for your information, in case that you have some concerns about the recording as such, just write us in the chat and we will then trim the recording for the content purposes, because we will be then sending the thank you note where you will also be able to find the recording for your colleagues, etc., to share. So what is Capacity4dev? So Capacity4dev is a European Commission DG International Partnerships online knowledge sharing platform, which was already launched in 2009. So we already have some kind of history, more than 10 years actually. We have also leading position on knowledge sharing in the field of external relations. So this means a RELEX family. So for example, the European Commission, European External Action Service, FPI, European delegations, etc. But also experts on the field afterwards. It's the democratization of the platform, because it's open to the public. We are community of development professionals. So actually the community is you. So you could see that there are people coming from the different fields. And just for your information, we went through the migration of our platform 1 year ago. Therefore, our platform is currently refreshed. This information is mainly for the people who maybe restarted their usage of Capacity4dev, because there might be some people who knows Capacity4dev behind the old identity as such. So what do we do as Capacity4dev? So you saw Ivan, Maria, but there is also Dime and Claudia. So what do we actually do as Capacity4dev? So we connect, collaborate, and exchange, and we do it worldwide. What does it mean is that we connect development professionals like you. We foster the collaborations among you, and we facilitate the exchange of expertise. So you could really hear that there are coming people from like circular economy and many others. And we do it around the world. So we also have members, for example, from US, from India, and also other continents and countries. So who can use Capacity4dev? On average, we have around 300 new members requests per month. Why do I say requests? So it means that we have around 300 new registrations monthly. However, these people, they are going through really strong validation. So it's actually like human validation of the members. So we evaluate based on your information that you provided in your registration, if actually you are really a real human, and if you actually took time to, for example, put all of the information inside the platform. This is mainly to avoid the spammers or the people who would harm our community, to even strengthen more the security. So it's not that we would just choose like who we like and who we don't like. It's really for the security of our community and of the platform. Then who is inside our community? So you could already hear from the beginning of the networking that the community is very diverse, and they are, for example, European institutions, the Relax family, but there are also governments. So we have, for example, people from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, from Belgium, from Czech Republic, and also others. We have also international organizations, NGOs, and civil society. So people who, for example, want to know more about the activities, EU-funded projects, etc. And then also you will be maybe surprised, but Capacity4dev is also a hub for academia. In this case, there are people, for example, the master students and also the professors. So master students, for example, reach out to us into our support mailbox to find people who they can interview for a specific topic. So, for example, on circular economy, if somebody writes a research, they then reach out to us, and we then give them, for example, some of the tips who to reach out to. Or they can find the people and contact them directly on the platform as such. And the last is the private sector. So this is, for example, consultants, experts, and also the others. So what is the added value of Capacity4dev? Why should I actually use Capacity4dev in currently a really globalization age where we have a lots of platforms and a lots of social media channels? So the added value is that the Capacity4dev is the only collaborative platform where all Relax family, so we said that it's FPI, European delegations, etc., where these members can interact with equal access. So it actually started, the idea of Capacity4dev started that the European Commission realized that they cannot speak with, for example, people from European delegations because they use different tools. So from our experience, European delegations, they prefer to use Zoom, whereas Commission, they prefer to use Teams, and they couldn't really find a platform where they can interact with each other. Therefore, they came up with the solution, which is Capacity4dev, where they can establish groups and different spaces which are public, restricted, or private, and they can interact together with the different kind of targeted audience. So the public group is really for the wider public. Restricted is, for example, restricted for the specific email domain. So, for example, if you are coming from GIZ, you can just put into your group that you want only take into consideration the organizations and members which have only this domain address, and with which they only register with this domain address. And the last is the private. So in case that you want really to do it only by the invitation. So I will be talking about it also then on the platform if you are confused. So don't worry, because we will also see the exact real cases on the platform. Capacity4dev is also hosted within the EU institutions in a secure IT environment. So it's actually all of our IT people are now based in the European Commission in the R5, in case that there is somebody from the DG INPA currently in this call, and it's in the secure IT environment. So we are following all of the digit and com guidelines. Capacity4dev is also a community-centered, community-created platform, which means that 80% of our content is created by you, by our community. And the rest of 20% is coming from our editorials team. So you can really see that there is really diversity of content, and you can start to be the contributor, actually, even today. we also have the social media platform. So we are active on X, LinkedIn, YouTube, and also on Facebook. So in case that you are interested in, for example, following us on other social media platforms, then don't hesitate to just type Capacity for Dev on these 4 channels. Also, something that is upcoming is a multilingual website. So currently, Capacity for Dev is only in English. However, it will be in French and also Spanish. It will be human translation of the static pages, so you will be able to find all of the functions in these other 2 languages very soon. And we will also have a function which will be machine translation, where you will be able to translate all of the pages by just clicking one button, and you can even translate it to your language, which, for example, like mine, Czech is not that popular around the world, and I am still asking why people just don't use more Czech language. But yes, I understand. This we can translate by machine. So then what features are available on the platform? This is very important because the features should be seen as a tool. So we have the features groups, project, resources, and articles. So the first one is the groups. So usually you want to open a group on Capacity for Dev if you want to collaborate with people, if you want to have an interaction with people on specific topics. So I will use a lot, I think, during this webinar, circular economy, because I heard it during the networking. But you can establish a group on our platform on circular economy, and you can bring all of the community that is interested in this exact topic, and you can discuss, you can get a feedback from them, you can discuss on the topic, on the different issues, and people can even share other materials like PowerPoint presentation from their training from different corners around the world. You can also discuss based on geographical areas. So not only topics, but also geographical areas. So let's say that you are interested, for example, in Afghanistan, then you can just click on that country and you will see what is discussed on our platform from this exact geographical area. The difference between the groups and projects is that the project is something like external website. So I was already speaking about it a bit earlier, and the project is like a static page where actually you are showcasing what your EU-funded project, but also it can be not EU-funded project, but you are just showcasing all of the information and the news that you are encountering during your project. The project can be, for example, not started yet, it can be ongoing, and it can be also completed. This is the main reason why I said before that it's lasting, because some of the projects, they are just for 4 years of time, because they are EU funded, for the 4 years. And what then happen actually when you don't have any more the resources? What happened with your website when you don't have actually the budget to invest inside your website? Then you just close the website and all of the information for the public is lost. In this case, it might be solution for you to open a project, not only at the end of the EU funded project, but even during it. Because then you can just switch between the ongoing to completed, and the information will be still available for our community. But the main added value between your own website and Capacity for Dev is the history. So Capacity for Dev is on the market since 2009, and therefore we have really good search engine optimization. We have a lots of visitors that are coming every day to our platform, and therefore we are really jumping in the Google searches, for example. So if you open a project on circular economy in this case, you and you type something on the Google, it will be Capacity for Dev that will be actually on the top of the searches in, for example, comparison with a newly opened website. So resources are the new feature. So it's the third feature, which is new. So we started with this feature as of May last year during the migration. And during the resources, we are quite strict. So usually we really accept 99% of the projects and the groups. However, when it comes to resources, we are more strict and we don't accept every resource that is actually getting our way. And why is that so? So mainly because resources should be horizontal. It should be something where you have key reference materials and you can also build upon it. So a good example is Team Europe initiative or results and indicators. It's some kind of methodology that you want that other development professionals are actually following and that they are building upon. So these are the differences between these three features that you can benefit from. And the last but not least is articles. So our editorial team is really busy with writing the articles, which are called Voices and Views, or also editorial spotlights. So they are sharing the latest lesson learned from the different countries and from different topics in collaboration and cooperation with the DG International Partnership Units. However, it doesn't mean that you cannot collaborate with them too, because we are also currently having even podcasts. So you can write us on support@capacity4dev.eu and you can schedule a call with our editorial unit, and they will get in touch with you regarding the potential collaborations. So in case that I just overwhelmed you with the different features and you don't actually know what you would open, I have prepared for you this graph where you can navigate yourself easier. So first you will ask yourself if you want to open a space on Capacity4dev. If you want to open a space on Capacity4dev, then this graph is for you. If you don't want, then this can help you also to navigate what kind of spaces you want to follow, you want to collaborate with, etc. If you want interactions with the members or interaction with other users, then you will go for a group. Groups can be public, restricted, and private. If you don't want to really dedicate a capacity to entertaining your community and also to, for example, post the different contents, and you answer to yourself, no, I don't want interactions with members, I rather want to have static pages, something like website, then you would go for the projects which are public. So this is the space where you will be which you will be opening, or even if you are just interested in lessons learned and a knowledge sharing, you would be looking on our website on the top projects. Then if even this is for you, that this is not the right thing that you want to open on Capacity4dev, then you might be looking for the resources, which are the horizontal, not thematic resource and are more complex that you can build upon, and it's a methodology that you want to share. In this case, we have availability of public and restricted, so you can either provide it to all development professionals or you can restrict it to a specific institution and or organization. So now I was speaking a lot about the theory, so let's go directly into the practice, because as I said before, until you don't practice, you don't actually learn, which is really important that you actually see how Capacity4dev as a tool works on our platform. So let me share my screen. So here we are currently logged in on Capacity4dev, and here when you are logged in, you can see latest community activities, or also as we call it, personalized feed. So when you log in, here you have also the navigation bar where you can see the different places inside the Capacity4dev, but here is also a personalized feed, which is exactly tailored to your interests. So for example, you can find here first the featured podcast or article is by our editorial team, so you can really read or listen to what is new from the lessons learned, but then the rest of the content is specifically for you based on your topics and countries that you have put during your registration. So here you have a new user, for example, join, who might be similar to your interest. Then you have a groups suggested for you based on your interest, and even much more like projects, events, etc. So you can browse based on your interests. Then here on the right, we have the interest update since the last month. So you can see the progress of our community and of the content. And this is a new feature since the last year, which you might be familiar with from the LinkedIn, and it's actually following. So you can follow the activity of different development professionals, where actually you can see what they, for example, like, what they read, what they bookmark, etc. So you can really follow what these development professionals are interested in. Here you can find the followings, the followers, but also suggestions on who to follow. So these are the basics of your homepage when you are logged in. You can know if you are logged in by going here on the top banner, and here you can choose between the different functions for your profile. But I will speak about it a bit later. Now let's jump into the content. So we were speaking about that there are different topics on Capacity4dev. So you will go there by clicking on the topics next to the home, and here you can find the different topics that you might be interested in. So you can also use the filter here, but how does it look like is that, for example, if you click on agriculture and rural development, here you can see the overview. So the latest activities of what is going on inside this exact topic. You can also see the groups around this exact topic where you can actually collaborate and give feedback, etc., or have interactions. Then the third one is the project. So these are the static pages sharing your lessons learned. You can follow, bookmark, like, or even share on other platforms. And the same also goes for the groups. You have also discussions. So what discussions are currently around this topic? So you can see here you see the creation date of the discussion and the library items, so PowerPoint presentations, PDFs, documents, etc. Then we have the resources. So in case that there are some methodological resources, the horizontal one, which is the third feature of Capacity4dev. Then we have the articles. So if you want to browse all of the content that our editorial team have produced so far in terms of articles on the topic agriculture and rural development. Then we have the members who are interested in this topic. And the last is the events. So if you want to participate in some events that are actually tailored to this topic or some more, because you can choose more than one topic. So when we go back to the topic of overview, we are getting a lot of questions from the users why we didn't actually structure the topic by SDGs, because a lot of development professionals, they are actually used to the SDGs. We usually also see in the presentations of the development professionals that they put which numbers of the SDGs they are using. And the main reason for that is that these are the topics of the DG international partnerships. So we have consulted all of the units of DG INPA, and they provided us this list of the topics. However, we really understand the diversity of our community, and therefore you can also filter by the different SDGs. So if you know really clearly that your topic is around the reduced inequality, which means SDG number 10, then you will get all of the topics that are tackling this exact SDG. So this is about the topics and how you can navigate the search of the platform. Then the next one is the countries. So you could remember that during your registration, you have selected the countries of your interest. And here is an interactive map that you can use, and you can just see your exact country. So for example, now I just clicked on Germany or Belgium, and you can see what are the statistics regarding this exact country on our platform. So for example, 89 members from Belgium, 12 discussions about Belgium, and much more. You can also go to the country by clicking on this button. So now you can see that it looks really similar or even same to the topics. You have again like these activities, and you have the navigation bar where you can see all of the groups tackling the Belgium discussions, etc. Then we have the articles. So the next tab is the articles, which includes podcast, editor views, as well as the voices and views. The editor spotlights and ambassadors blog post. So here you can find all of the things that are produced by our editorial team. And again, you can follow, you can bookmark, you can like, and you can interact with the community of the development professionals on this exact content materials. Here in the filters, you can search and you can filter the exact topics that you are interested in, or you can even sort. You can sort by the creation date, number of views, etc. The next one is resources. So resources, we said that it's something new. It's a new feature on Capacity4dev, which is also currently divided into the EU official resources. And when you scroll a bit down, there are recent resources, but they also are including non-EU resources. So here you can find, for example, results and indicators, Team Europe Initiative, Joint Programming Tracker, and many more. So you can browse, you can see what they have from a point of methodology and the horizontal perspective, etc. When you hover over the browse content, you can see that there is another resources, and you might think that it's some kind of bug or redundance, or that it's not necessary that we have it already on the main bar. Well, it was actually meant to be like this, and the main reason for this is that when you click on the resources in the browse content, you will get the list of all of the resources that are available on Capacity4dev. So this is the main reason why we have them two times, because here you really browse content, whereas in the resources is the presentation of the resources on Capacity4dev and what they mean, etc. Then when we hover over browse content and we go to groups, we will get the list of the different groups. So here you have the results, and you can tailor that exact results by using the filters or even by the sorting. You can again request the membership, bookmark, like, share, etc. There are also slight differences in terms of the requesting membership, because some of the public spaces, they actually have moderated joining methods, which means that you need to request membership before being a member of that group. So then be patient, but our space managers are usually really active, and therefore within 24 hours they usually approve your membership. If it's not the case and you are waiting for longer, then you can just write us on support@capacity4dev.eu and we will update you why is that so. There are also public spaces where the space managers, for example, chose that they don't want to do the moderation because it's some kind of capacity that you need to dedicate to it. Therefore, they just have this join button. So here you see join, whereas up here you can see request memberships. You can see also that some of the groups are yellowish. This is because we are seeing some of the groups that are currently in the draft mode. And you as a regular user, you cannot see them because I am currently logged in with the administrator of the site. And this is also why I have this banner in the top. And you usually don't have that. But for the purpose of the training on this onboarding webinar, I decided to use this kind of view because it gives us actually availability to go to the different spaces and to show you much more than a regular user. When you go into the different groups, you can see here overview, info, discussions, library, and much more. It's really similar to what we saw in the topics. In case that you want to become the space manager, there will be this magical button that will actually appear for you, which is the manage group. So you can edit group, you will be also able to manage members. Then here pending members, you will be able to accept them. So this is what we were speaking about, the request membership. But also you will have available statistics about your content and statistics about your members. So this is just in case that you are thinking becoming the space manager on Capacity4dev, because I remember that somebody mentioned that during the networking. Then we have the project. So projects are really similar here, the view as the resource and the groups. So I think that I don't need to go into the details of this page. However, when you click on it, you can see it's also very similar to the groups. The only difference is that it's rather static. So instead of the discussion, you have the news. So you are providing the news to your community, as well as the navigation tab here is actually customizable. So you can have, instead of, for example, info, you can choose a different kind of tabs. So this is why a lot of space managers, they're rather choosing this this kind of function. We also currently have a technical issue on Capacity4dev, which is with the latest activities. So usually you would have a list here of the latest activities, but we are currently experiencing a caching issue. So for someone who might be a bit more technically oriented, we are working on actually fixing it as soon as possible. And then you can also find the list of the library items or even the discussions. There are also similar kind of functions available for these different pages. Then you have also the list of the articles, and then my favorite is the members. So you can find here actually all of the members that are available on our platform. So, and you can see here that you have also the option to contact them in case that they actually allow this option. In case that you want to check if you allowed people on our platform to contact you, you can check it in your settings. In case that how this function works is that you just click on the contact button, and here you can write them the message, and there will be an email sent to their mailbox. So you can really collaborate and network with them. You can then align on the different issues, problematics in your field, etc. You can also filter them by organization type. So are you interested in people from European institutions or international organizations, academia, etc., or people from different countries? So you can give it a try. You can also sort by most active, relevance, recently joined, etc. So it's really a really interesting feature. The last but not least are events. Events, again, you have here the list of the different events, but you can filter them by the future or the past, SDGs, location, events type, sorting, etc. So this is the Capacity4dev content. In case that you would like to contribute to some group or anything else, then you would click and you would use this button in the top right corner, which is yellow, which is called post content, because we currently navigated it as a global. And why is that? So you will see in a bit. So you will click on the button, and here you can see the post a library item. So if you want to share the photo, video, audio, such a podcast, or you want to start a discussion, create an event, news, or anything else. So, for example, let's say that I want to start a discussion in one of my public groups. So I just clicked on start a discussion, and now I will choose in how many or which groups I want to start a discussion. So you can choose more than one. However, if you select some of the public, you cannot then select some of the private. So in case that you want to avoid the duplication of the public and the private posting, then you actually just publish it inside the public space, and then you reshare it inside your private. So you just select where in which public groups you want to start the discussion, and here you will have the mandatory asterisk. So mandatory fields which are marked by the red asterisk. Asterisk. Asterisks. Asterisk. So here I have next to me the content creator who is always actually reminding me about how to say this word. So it's quite funny that I just couldn't say it when she's here in the room. But here you will just fill out all of the fields which are mandatory. And you can also edit the location. So when you, for example, realize that you don't want to publish it in some of these groups, you just click simply remove, or you can also add still a location here by just writing something, and there will be the whispering function available for you. So this is how you can post the content and be a contributor even today. However, in case that you have some issues with your account, so if you now log in into your platform, into your account on Capacity4dev, and you have some kind of pop-up screaming on you that your registration is pending, or that you need validation of your account, then just write into our chat account, and Maria will look into it even during the webinar right now. So write account into the chat of the onboarding webinar, and we will take a look into your account in case that it needs some kind of modifications or tweaks from the validation or registration perspectives. Speaking about your profile that I actually promised you before, is that you can click on your profile, and here I can see that I have the button contact. But you will also have here the button my settings, which I don't have here because I am the site admin. And if you click on my settings, you should be able to change the contact options if you want to be contacted by other people on the platform or not. In case that you want to check all of the messages that you have received even in the past, you just click here on the navigation bar on messages. So here you have the chat function. So here you can choose what kind of chat function you want, what kind of conversation you want to take a look. Or here you have a bubble. So if you click on that bubble, you can start immediately to write somebody a message, or you can search by the different keywords. Here you can also find your memberships, so groups, project groups that you are a member of, and you want to have quick access to all of your memberships. However, if you look on the list of the groups that you are owner or administrator of, including the project, it's inside the overview. So when you scroll down, here you have the list of the group owners, administrators, etc. Then here it works on the same basis as the projects groups and what we have shown you before. Here you can find the list of all of your discussions, including, for example, the drafts, etc., or even the discussions that you commented on. So, for example, that I have been part of some discussion on inside some another group, I can find it here. Then you have here a following tab. So here you can find all of the list of the things that you follow. Then you can also create your own library repository. So here are actually all of your library items, nicely listed in one page. So it can be your own repository of contributions on Capacity4dev. Then, of course, you have the bookmarks. So what I want to hear, what I want to read later, and then network. So in case that you want to a bit more tweak or manage your followings, you click inside your profile to the network, and you can unfollow people, or you can check what they are doing, etc. And the last but not least is the statistics. So here you can see stats of yourself. So how many documents I have posted, how many discussions, etc., which can be useful for your traceability. So, and the last thing that I want to mention is that maybe I was a bit overwhelming with a lots of information that I provided you here, and it's you will have it recorded. However, here in the footnote, you have also available help and support. So in case that you want to know more about the groups, projects, etc., you can just type a keyword here in the search. And as for example, how to do an anchor inside some of your content, which is actually hyperlink, which can take you down, or some tips and tricks how to create a content, then you can do it this way. The reason why we don't have, we will have the pictures here again during the summer. So actually the kind of file that we have uploaded it there, it got rejected. So we need to re-upload all of the nice icons as you see it here. In case that you want to see just some tips and tricks, you can, for example, click here also in this menu bar and you can click on content management. I will also share this help and support link to you in the chat so that you will not forget it. However, now. Oh, wonderful. So Maria actually already shared it with you. So she's just reading my mind, which is great because we should have more teammates like this. So I hope that you also have your colleague like this at your organization or institution. And now I want to give floor to you. So is there some questions? Because I see that the chat was quite running. In the meantime, I was speaking. So maybe Maria, is there something that we need to cover in?
Sorry. Okay, yes, Luca made a question about, I mean, it was a clarification on the differences between projects and groups. I will also share the help and support link that that explains more about that. So yes, I think it's a good one if we want to recap on that one. Yes, it's
Would you like me to?
Yeah, for sure. Jump in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, just for recapping and for understanding exactly in my head, I've checked also on the platform group and a group and a project, and basically I see that a group has everything that a project has in terms of functions. So events, you have your, oh sorry, there is a lot of noise outside. Events, you have your articles, and basically you can post things and you can present your project. But groups in on top of it as the discussion function, basically, which is like a forum type of content. Is that a fair description?
Sorry, yes, exactly. This is the thing. What is the difference between the groups and projects? So here you really have the discussion tab where you can share, for example, some of the questions where people can, for example, share their feedbacks on, etc. So this is the main thing. Project has news, so it's mainly for like sharing the news about your project where people can also comment. However, groups are really the place where people can join as a members, so they receive all of the updates from the group inside their mailboxes. So let's say that, for example, you have newsletter. So a lot of EU-funded projects and beyond, they have newsletters with, for example, 200 participants. And I think that we all know how long it takes to create a really nice newsletter. In this case, you can actually substitute you can substitute your newsletter by Capacity4dev because all of the members inside your group, they will receive weekly all of the updates about your group. So, for example, what kind of PowerPoint presentation you have shared, they can see it nicely with the layout inside their mailboxes. By default, all of the members, they have a setting weekly. So it actually depends how frequently the email is going into their mailboxes. It depends on the user's setting. So by default, all of the users, they have weekly and they can change it in my profile in the settings. So some people can have it instant, some people can have it monthly. However, also another difference of the group is that you have the contact members option. So in case that you want to contact all of your members immediately without actually, let's say, going around this kind of setting, you can select the function contact members and you can write all of them an email about, for example, check what is your frequency of your setting because we want to collaborate with you in this space on this exact topic and we want you to receive this kind of updates as much as you want because we will be very active on Capacity4dev. And of course, we are compliant to all of the policies so they can unsubscribe in the bottom of the email by changing their settings afterwards. But it's also the main difference between the groups and the projects is this interactiveness because you are really collecting a community behind it with which you can interact and which is getting then the materials inside their mailboxes. Okay. Somebody else has some question that was not really clear that I should cover more, or something else from your organization, or like how some case, real case scenario that you would like to share, and you don't know how to go around it. And if not, then we are actually nicely on time. It's actually noon 01 in Belgium. At your place, it can be also other hour. But then thank you very much for participating in this onboarding webinar. And I hope that this webinar gave you the exact instructions on how to actually be part of Capacity4dev community. I see. Laura is asking about, can we attend the training that Capacity4dev is promoting? So we are having next week a webinar on advanced webinar, which will be about more advanced skills and knowledges. So in case that you're interested to be a space manager, then definitely you can come to Capacity4dev advanced webinar, where we will be covering more advanced features and functions, how to manage your members, etc. So definitely, whatever you find here in the event section, you can participate in it. So here you have on 27th of June. I will also put it just directly in the chat. But thank you so much for participating. In case that you have some other questions, you can reach out to us to capacity to support at capacity4dev.eu, and we will answer any kind of questions that you might have. There is also another question from Grassa. Thank you. Grassa. If there are any restricted events. Yes, you will usually find the information inside the event itself. So if the event was published inside the restricted group, then it's a restricted event and you will not see it. However, if you see it, then the event is actually promoted for you. So you should be able to benefit from it, but you can also read more in the description. In case that you are not sure what is it about, you can also contact the owner of that event by searching for who has created it. So for example, when you scroll down in the advanced webinar, you can see that I have created it. And when you click on me, you can actually contact me. So in case that you are not sure, you can also see it like this. So I think that we have no more questions. So I would like to then close this webinar. So bon appetit to who is for who is lunchtime right now, and I will be looking forward to see you on our platform soon, either by email or as a member, and I hope that you will benefit from these activity tips and tricks. So bye.